Hey guys, this is a quick, not a review, more like an instructional video on how to clean a cast iron pot that basically has cooled off, cooled down, stuck on grease and food, whatever. So this is like, just to prove it was not hot. Put my finger on there. It's basically just hardened on there, and it's not going to come off unless we do something. Now, the best way to do this is to use kosher salt to kind of grind it out of there and use that as like an abrasive to get the stuff off. That doesn't always work, and you might not always have kosher salt there, or coarse enough salt, or you might have the wrong kind and you don't want to use it on your pan. You also might might want to avoid using salt in general. Who knows? But essentially, the best way to do this that I've come up with, and I've seen others do it as well, is put just enough water in the pan to get it covered. At that point, you then heat the water up until it's about steaming, maybe a few bubbles in there just boiling. Turn off the heat. That gets all the oil and all the grease off of that polymerized portion of oil that's basically the non-stick surface on the cast iron pan. It gets it off of there along with any stuck on food. So you basically just heat it up a little bit, then you get a rag and you can wipe it down. Very, very quick and easy. Very, very simple. And this is actually one of the marks of a good seasoned cast iron pan, is the stuff does not want to stay stuck to the pan. Once the water heats it up, it has some flow and has some movement in the molecules inside the various foods and whatnot. You can basically take a rag, roll it up, and wipe it out, and it comes right off. It's almost like a non-stick Teflon pan at that point. It just comes right off with the water and everything you see wrapping up the rag. Just put it in there, wipe it off. If you have a couple of stubborn spots in this video, you see me use a wooden spoon to kind of pop them off. That way you don't risk damaging the seasoning, but it comes right off, and it's just a really fast way to clean it. And again, this is if you don't have kosher salt. This is if you're trying to just do if you're basically recovering, because a lot of times what happens with me and my family is I cook the food and I want to participate in eating with my family, so I turn the stove off, walk away from it, come back, it's cold and doesn't clean as easily. This is a way to basically reheat the food and make so you can clean it and it won't damage the pan. You don't got to worry about using soaps, which you should never do. You see me using a wooden spoon. Avoid using metal because it can knock off chunks of the seasoning. And as you see, it just kind of wipes clean. And here's the cleaned out pan. You'll see a little mark down towards the bottom, and I'll point it out in the video with the spatula or something. Right there, so just a little brown mark. That's not food. That's actually a portion where I didn't clean it properly. I used a scrubber to kind of clean off a portion that was stuck on, and I wiped the original factory seasoning off, which is very black. And I use an oil that when it seasons on, it kind of has that brown hue to it. So that's why eventually it will turn black with more and more cooking. But again, lesson to be learned: do not use any kind of I avoid any scouring pads. I don't use them. I just use kosher salt, and if I don't have any, I use this method that y'all just watched. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope this helps.